Hey everyone, it's Chris from Rockombu, and I'm here with Huawei's mighty Mate 9 phablet, the first Huawei phone to come rocking EMUI 5.0. So far, our favouriteest version of EMUI by far. And this is basically just a tips and tricks guide to sort of show you some of the coolest features that are hidden away inside the settings and all the rest. So some of them are new, some of them are existing features which have just been tweaked ever so slightly. So this is a rundown. If you want to check out our overview of EMUI 5.0, check out our review. And this is the tips and tricks. So here we go. First of all, you'll notice that EMUI now introduces a beautiful little gorgeous apps tray, which means you don't have to have all your apps scattered about the desktops anymore. You can now file them away nice and neatly. Of course, this doesn't come activated by standard. What you have to do is go into the settings, and then one of the top options is home screen style. If you give that a tap, it'll be set to standard by default, which means no apps tray. But all you need to do is tap the drawer option, and then when you go back to your main desktops, there is the rather beautiful drawer. Unfortunately, it does mean it completely resets your entire desktop, so if you've already organized all your icons and stuff, that'll get bugged up. But never mind, it's worth it for that little beauty. Now, as you can see, the Mate 9 is a bit of a handful. It's a mighty 5.9 incher, which can make one-handed use a little bit tricky at times, especially if you're trying to reach up to the notifications bar and all the rest. Thankfully, EMUI 5.0 adds lots of useful one-handed modes, which really help out. So for instance, head to the settings, and then if you go to navigation, you'll notice that by default, it's set up to this top option, but you can choose one of these other options, which adds a handy notifications pull-down button. And now all you need to do is give that a quick tap, and it pulls down your notifications menu, which is nice, saves you from stretching up to the top. If you head back into the settings and you go to fingerprint ID, you'll notice that there's a slide gesture thing in there as well. This also does a very similar thing. If you activate the show notification panel 1, so that's I think it's deactivated by default, but just give that a quick tap to activate it. And then all you need to do is swipe your finger down the fingerprint sensor. Sorry, I'll do that again. Swipe your finger down the fingerprint sensor and it opens up the notifications menu. Give it a quick double tap and it'll wipe it clean. So the next time you swipe it down, it's all nice and clear. And then all you need to do is swipe up and it gets rid of the notifications menu again. So that is, again, nice and handy and easy. And finally, if you go into here again and go to Smart Assistants, then you'll notice there's a one-hand UI mode. So this, again, deactivated by default, but all you need to do is go into each feature and give it a quick tap. And what that does is the mini screen view, for instance, means you can drag a finger across the toolbar and it'll shrink the entire display down towards the bottom of the phone, making it much easier to tap around and get into exactly what you want. Just give it a swipe back and it'll return to full screen. And again, it works for both sides as well, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, so that's all lovely. Now, if you're using your Huawei phone late at night, maybe having a bit of a browse on Facebook or whatever, you might be disturbing your partner because of all that harsh light being pulled off, and also probably not doing your eyeballs any good either. What you can do is head into settings and display, and there's this eye comfort mode. So again, this is nothing new, it's on a lot of phones these days, but all it does is it filters out blue light and makes the display nice and easy on the eye. As you can see there, it's nice and warm now, nice warm colors. And what you can do is you can either turn that on yourself manually, or you can schedule it to start and end at specific times, so you don't have to manually piss around. And you can also set exactly how warm the screen is as well, so you can have it as warm as you like. And again, that just means less disruption for whoever's lying next to you in bed. Lucky them, obviously. And also it's a bit easier on your retinas, which is nice. Now, if you're ever scared about losing your phone, there's an option in here that will sort of help out a little bit. What you need to do is go to the screen lock and password section, and you'll notice this lock screen signature option. What you can do is you can just type something quick and easy in there. So for instance, your home address or your home phone number or something like that. And whatever it is, just make it too personal, obviously, just some way of people to get in touch with you if they find your phone. And now, with your phone switched off, all you need to do is switch it on, and there you go, the little message appears on the lock screen. So they can't actually get into your phone as long as you've got the security enabled to access all your private data, but they will be able to see exactly who owns the phone, so that's good. Since the Mate 9 is obviously a bit of a beast, it's quite nice to make full use of that screen by running 2 apps at once, and you can do this with the multi-screen mode. So what you do is you get an app up that you want. So for instance, let's have a bit of Chrome. Say we're just browsing recombu.com, which of course is a lovely website. Here's a full tips and tricks guide, which you can check out if you want to. All you need to do now is either swipe your knuckle across the screen to activate the knuckle mode, which occasionally takes a few goes. It only seems to work when you don't want it to work. Balls. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It eventually worked. 50th or 60th time. So once you eventually manage to swipe it, then you've got the app you had open run at the top, and you can sort of peel this up and down. At the bottom you can have whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, because some apps do not work. So for instance, Netflix has a little message there, does not support split screen mode. But we can go into the settings, do whatever we want there, and of course resize away. There is thankfully an easy way to do this, not using knuckle mode. What you need to do instead is, if we go back into this, drag that away. So we're in the website. What we want to do to enter multi-split screen mode is just give the recent apps button a long press, and there we go. Again, we're straight into split screen mode. So that's a bit easier than the crappy knuckle mode. Hooray! Now, another great thing about Emotion UI is the resource management. There's lots of great ways to do this. If you head into settings, for instance, you can scroll down to memory and storage and give memory a tap at the top. You can see exactly what has been using your memory over the past day or so. And basically, here we go. So these are all the main apps that have been using the memory over the past 24 hours or so. And you can get rid of them if you want. You can limit how much use they have and all the rest. So that's lovely. You can also go to the storage cleaner at the bottom, and it adds up all of your junk files, and you can get rid of them with one quick tap, which again, nice and easy. But also it's very flexible in Emotion UI 5.0. So for instance, tap into the recent apps, and you'll see at the bottom here how much memory has currently been used up. Now what you can do is go through and tap all of the apps that you want to keep open, and the little padlock icon, and it'll get a little dot in the center there, and that means that they're locked in place. So now, if we hit the bin button, it'll get rid of all of the apps that weren't locked. So there we go, we've got Chrome and YouTube and stuff, but Netflix and stuff have been removed. And we've now freed up a bit of memory. So that's it's not going to be particularly useful on the Mate 9 anytime soon, because it is nippy as anything, as you can see. But if you've got a more budget Huawei phone running Emotion UI 5.0 in the future, or it's a couple of years and it's started to show a bit of slowdown, that'll be a quick and easy way to free up some memory. Lastly, I'm just going to show you how to change up the themes and all the rest of it. So all you need to do is long press on the desktop, and as you can see, you've got quick access to wallpapers and all the rest as well. So we can, for instance, go into our gallery and say, I want a bit of Cowboy Bebop action. Get that set up as your wallpaper, and let's have it for both the lock screen and the desktops. And then that should do that as quickly as it likes. There we go, beautiful. So now you've got fresh new wallpaper. You can also change up a lot more than that, of course. You can change up you can add some widgets and all the rest. You can also change up the transitions between the different desktops. So for instance, let's do squeeze, and now you'll see it changes the animation when you're flicking between the different desktops. And last of all, if you go to settings, you've got loads of different options in there, so you can change the overall grid. 5x5 is the maximum, which is works quite well with this screen size, and all the rest of it auto align and stuff like that as well. So there's lots of different options for playing around with there and changing up the overall look and feel. So that, in a nutshell, is Emotion UI 5.0 and some of the cool new features buried away. As I say, check out our full review to see our full thoughts and everything on Huawei's new software, but we're definitely big fans so far. And also, don't forget to check out our Mate 9 unboxing and all the rest for an in-depth look at the hardware. Thanks for watching, everyone.